My name is Juhi Melwani and I'm born in Hong Kong. I have been living here ever since, and my grandfather started a generation. He was born here too. I am an Indian with parents with very strong religious backgrounds, but they have always encouraged me to learn Cantonese, and therefore my Cantonese is fluent and I can read and write too. My parents put me in a primary school which had 50% of locals and 50% of non Chinese. Therefore, we didn't have to mingle with the local students. I had a big group of friends, and until today, we do keep in touch. At the age of 12, I was transferred into a local secondary school which had less than 10% of non Chinese in the whole school. Things slowly changed. I was in a very small friend circle and we only consist of non Chinese. In my class, there were only three non Chinese, including me. Slowly, we became very close and became good friends. We did try to mingle with others, but failed miserably. We were sometimes laughed at or just looked as a different person. We slowly understood the fact and tried to get over it. We got closer to the people that were there with us. We got closer by going out for lunches and trying to spend more time with the non Chinese. We forgot that there was a problem at school and that we were always laughed at and looked differently. We got over the problem and started to enjoy life. We also learned that it takes time to accept someone different and we had to just give them time. So French Corner had become our home in our school, where we all non-Chinese belong to each other, just like a family. Then onwards, we had joined a ABC camp, which was based on leadership. In that leadership camp, we had to work as a team, fight our battle as one. That changed many things. The emotional side of everyone came out. We cried when our team was shattered. We laughed when our team was together. We couldn't take it if few of our members were out. That taught us a lot of things, such as being one, family. This is one whole team. It brought us together as a team. When camp got over, we were treated as one class. Not isolated, not differentiated, just as one whole class. We were not labeled as non Chinese, but as 482. We started having small conversations, a hi and a bye, or just on general stuff. We were not very close, but we at least could call each another as classmates. In Form 5, I had planned to shift to Data School of Canada for 1 year. So for my Form 6 was in Data School of Canada. I did visit my local school after shifting. They welcomed me with open arms. They were really sweet and we did have long conversations about our future. It was nice to see that after this year we had all matured. In my life in Daily School of Canada, they were overly friendly people. When I entered the school, people started to add me on Facebook and became my friends. I had never I had never seen this over friendly lifestyle. I was overwhelmed with such friendliness. We became good friends, but I was mainly quiet. I was not that open because I was not used to that lifestyle. I had stayed mainly quiet in my local school and therefore was always also quiet in the area school of Canada. I got close to 2 to 3 people, but not many. Different groups of people used to call me out for lunches. I was not close to everyone, but had to get used to their over friendliness. It was nice because eventually I made a lot of friends. I learned that having a different culture doesn't really impact the nature, what we see each another as humans. So being friends with Japanese, Koreans, or even Indians doesn't make a difference. And Delia School of Canada's life ended. Friends of Delia School of Canada met me up after graduating, but we didn't meet up the people from my local school. After I graduated, I had taken up a job of teaching young kids. They mainly hired me because I was an ethnic minority. Parents wanted their kids to be taught by a person who speaks English fluently, and therefore I was hired. Even being very young, that was neglected, and I was happy that I was an ethnic minority, a different person, but that's why I got the job. Life was very different from high school. In high school, people didn't want me because I was different, didn't want to talk to me because I was different. But in the reality, in the outside world, people wanted me because I was different. Jobs wanted me. And that made me realize that in different environment, people want different things. At that time, we were young and not matured enough to understand. I mainly learned that drawing conclusions at very early stages are not right. We need to give people time to adapt. I hope you found this interesting and could relate. Thank you for listening to me.